Huh? Yo. Targeted pressure. Carbon is hard to sequester. Marshall Plan, all in together, yeah. Targeted pressure, cause we've been burning that petrochemical fuel, cranking up the global thermostat. And yup, take a bus, take a bite of a veggie, dog. That's just turning the heat up a little bit slower. Instead of clean the skies of carbon dioxide. That's the needle in a haystack that we need to find, cause emissions are way too high to just mitigate. It's a race to eliminate pollution before it obliterates. I try to be neutral, a non-partisan pupil of all the solutions across the whole field of carbon removal. When locking molecules in, it's all about the minutia. So put them all up on the same stage, Lollapalooza. Get the natural carbon sinks in the jam, nature's way, baby. CO2 goes into the land with reforestation, capturing it in the plants. Photosynthetic oxygenation and biomass raise a higher bar, measuring every forest fire scar. Remote sensing the carbon density with LiDAR. Tracking nature-based solutions is a fine art. From kelp and algae to coastal blue carbon to biochar, to the farm with the cover crops, regenerative ag, a bit less of a drag. Got the decades in the bag, climate change is now. We don't have centuries to act. Buy time with the vertical stacks to roll it back with that. Targeted pressure, global warming is relentless. Parts per million have gotta be lesser. Targeted pressure, carbon is hard to sequester. Quality tested, gigatons of the measure. Targeted pressure, buy from a market of sellers. Offsets and credits, negative carbon emissions. Targeted pressure, marshal the effort. Marshall Plan, all in together. Yeah. Targeted pressure, shout out the engineers. The architecture for direct capture from air. Not geoengineering, just carbon engineering. Local factories that clean up the air. Then we're cheering to bring the cost down. Per ton of carbon we can lock down. We got it now, it's impounded in solid rock underground. The transition to low carbon technology sound, but that's just the floor. The goal is unlimited drawdown. Shh. The carbon is resting. It met with the targeted pressure. It met with the force of a hydraulic garbage compressor. It met with the force of global economic incentives. The force of 1,000 startups finding investors. The market is dexterous. It doesn't play favorites, just pushes the price down, incentivizing innovations. I'm not talking about the greenwashing day traders, upselling credits. I'm talking cost of containment, direct capture to nature, replanting all the trees to carbon mineralization. Sprinkle the olivine, economies of scale, and next-gen technologies, constantly increasing durability, equality, carbon removal. This is just the start of the movement. The gold rush is coming. Call the air miners to suit up. In the time of CRISPR-Cas9 and quantum computing, we can make a moonshot out of carbon pollution with that. Targeted pressure, global warming is relentless. Parts per million have gotta be lesser. Targeted pressure, carbon is hard to sequester. Quality tested, gigatons of the measure. Targeted pressure, buy from a market of sellers. Offsets and credits, negative carbon emissions. Targeted pressure, marshal the effort. Marshall Plan, all in together.